Welcome to my channel, Fluent English Tales. Have you ever felt your mind filled with English words, yet your mouth stays silent? You understand everything people say, but when it's your turn, the words disappear. It is frustrating, isn't it? Like being trapped inside your own thoughts. You know what others are saying. You even enjoy English movies and songs. You can read books, follow conversations, and understand jokes easily. But speaking that feels like climbing a steep mountain without any rope. You are not alone. Millions of learners feel the same struggle. Your mind is fluent, but your voice is not yet ready to keep up. It is a silent battle many do not talk about openly. Imagine sitting in a small group and hearing everyone talk freely. You nod and smile because you understand, but your heart sinks inside. You wish you could join, but fear holds your tongue like a lock. Fear is the first invisible barrier to speaking. What if I make a mistake? What if they laugh at me? These questions keep you silent even when your mind screams the answer. Sometimes, it feels like your brain and mouth are not friends. Your brain thinks fast, but your mouth moves slowly. It is a strange feeling, as if your voice betrayed your mind. You overthink every sentence in your head before speaking. You translate from your language to English word by word. By the time your words form, the moment is already gone. Even simple phrases become mountains in your mind. A small hello can feel like a big challenge. Your confidence hides, and your thoughts feel stuck. You notice fluent speakers and wonder why they are so easy. They seem relaxed, free, and unafraid of mistakes. You secretly wish you could be like them overnight. But confidence does not appear suddenly. It grows slowly, quietly. It comes from small steps, from tiny attempts without judgment. Your fear is normal. Your journey is personal and unique. Let me tell you a small story. A friend of mine loved English movies. He watched every day, laughed at dialogues, understood jokes instantly. But when someone asked him a question, he would freeze completely. He knew every word, every phrase, but his tongue refused. He thought he would look stupid or say the wrong thing. So he stayed silent, smiling awkwardly, hiding his struggle. He tried to practice speaking in front of the mirror at home. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it felt useless. He doubted himself, thinking maybe he would never speak fluently. This is the invisible struggle of silent learners everywhere. They live in a world of understanding but cannot express freely. They are readers, listeners, thinkers, but not yet talkers. Have you felt that way in your own life? Perhaps in a classroom, at work, or even online. You knew the answer but could not say a single word. Sometimes, the struggle is about mistakes. You fear saying something wrong, mixing tenses, or mispronouncing words. Mistakes feel like big shadows over your tiny courage. You forget that mistakes are actually your stepping stones. Every fluent speaker was once afraid of errors too. They just kept trying, speaking imperfectly, and learning silently. Shyness also builds invisible walls around your voice. You may not speak because you feel watched, judged, or shy. Even a supportive audience can feel like a storm inside. And then there is hesitation. The long pause before your first word. That pause grows, your heart races, and finally, the opportunity passes. It is a painful cycle, leaving you frustrated with yourself. Sometimes, it is the pressure to sound perfect. You think English must come out polished, correct, and impressive, and this perfectionism kills the simple sentences before they form. Your mind races, translating thoughts into words carefully. You check grammar, pronunciation, and tone at the same time. By then, the conversation moved on, leaving you behind. Even when no one judges you, your inner critic does. It whispers, "You are not good enough." They will notice mistakes. It is a silent voice that feels louder than the room itself. But here is the truth you need to hear: understanding is power. Your mind is already fluent. Even if your tongue is slow, you know more English than most people realize. Think about the countless times you understood jokes, songs, or news. Your brain is already wired in English, and that is a treasure. Speaking will come when your mind trusts your voice. Sometimes learners forget the most important thing speaking is practice. It is not about being perfect. It is about being brave enough to try. Even one word spoken is a victory over fear. Imagine saying one sentence today, just one, and smiling at yourself. Tomorrow you try 2 sentences. The next day, a small conversation. Step by step, word by word, your silence begins to break. Do not underestimate the power of repetition. Tiny daily practice. Read aloud, repeat phrases from movies, or talk to yourself quietly. Every small attempt strengthens the bridge between brain and mouth. It is okay to start with simple sentences. You do not need complicated words or fancy grammar. Even, "I like this," or "I feel happy" is progress. And do not compare yourself to others. Every learner has a different path, a different pace. Your journey is about your growth, not someone else's speed. There will be awkward moments. Words will stumble. You might say "goed" instead of "went," or mix tenses incorrectly. That is normal. Mistakes are proof you are learning. Fluent speakers remember their early struggles too. They laughed at themselves, corrected gently, and tried again. You can do the same. Humor and patience are your allies. Silent learners often forget to celebrate small victories. Even reading a sentence aloud counts. Even greeting someone counts. Each small act whispers, "I am brave. I am learning." Speaking slowly is okay. Pausing is okay. English is not a race, it is a conversation. Your voice matters more than speed or polish. Overthinking kills speaking, but practice sets it free. Try to speak without editing in your mind first. Perfection can wait, expression cannot. Find safe spaces to practice. Friends, teachers, or online communities. Even private talking in front of a mirror works wonders. Every tiny attempt trains your mouth to follow your mind. Sometimes, just reading a story aloud helps. You feel words moving, connecting your mind to your voice. Slowly, your tongue remembers what your brain already knows. Remember, speaking is a skill, not magic. It grows with repetition, courage, and gentle persistence. Your silence now is only temporary. Your voice will emerge. Try speaking even when scared. The fear will lessen each time. Small steps create momentum. Momentum creates confidence. And confidence makes English feel less like a puzzle, more like a friend. Imagine one day joining a conversation without hesitation. Your words flow, your mind is relaxed, and laughter comes naturally. It will happen, but only if you take the first tiny step. Your understanding is already remarkable. Do not underestimate the power of silent fluency in your mind. Your voice is simply learning to catch up with your brain. Speaking English is like planting a tree in your mind. It needs patience, sunlight, and care to grow tall. Each word spoken waters it, slowly turning silence into voice. So start today. Say one word, one sentence, one conversation. Do not wait for perfection. Courage is enough. Your voice is waiting. It has always been waiting for you. And remember, the quietest learners often become the most fluent speakers, because their minds are full of knowledge, patience, and observation. Now, it is time for your voice to catch up and tell your story.